Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bubblegum Reviews. My name is Steve. First and foremost, I know I've been out for a little while. I'm not going to go into any details on that. I'm just back and ready to get going on things. Hopefully I get back in the swing of things here. We'll see what happens. But this review today is for the complete show of Arrested Development. So if you want to see upside down so you can see actually who else is in the show. David Cross, Jeffrey Tambor, let's see, what's his name? Will Arnett, is it Jason Bateman, I believe? Yeah. Anyways, this is my first watch of this from start to finish. I originally watched the first 3 seasons. Obviously, there was a little cancellation of the show, and then they brought it back like 7 years later. Originally, when I watched the show, I enjoyed it to the point where I actually bought it. If you see right here where the wings is, I had Arrested Development right there because I actually had the first 3 seasons because I liked it. Well, I decided to revisit it and anyways. So first off, the one thing that really bugged me in this show is, well, not the one thing, the many things, but the main thing that bugged me is the bouncing around that they do. Like first off, you got Jeffrey Tambor who plays the dad and the uncle, and at times you don't know which one he is. Buster's character got real weird in the show. Like once he lost, I don't want to spoil anything, but once a major event happened to him, the show got really weird with him. Like there was so much in this show. Like in the first after this recent watch that I just had, the first season is enjoyable. It really is. After that, it literally just goes downhill. And the 5th season is a total shit show. It was terrible. I did not like it at all. Yeah, the so there's a part in this in the very beginning which is really, really weird. And obviously, as time goes on, they don't really one continues to pursue the other. So George Michael and God, what is her name? Maybe. So they're like at one point in the early beginning of the show, they like each other and they're cousins, and they end up making out, and they still think, and at that time they're still cousins. Well, obviously later on in the show, they realize that they're not even related, and the whole pursuit of them kind of just stops. Like they were more interested in the taboo part of it than once they realized that they actually could be together and nothing would be wrong, which kind of is a little strange. But so Ron Howard is the narrator in this, and it's got his fingerprints on this show for many reasons. One, he's the narrator. Two, there's literally a part where he's in the show. And three, like his daughter is in, not his actual daughter, but he's got a daughter in the show, and it's just, you can tell like he's got little pieces. I've seen stuff from Ron Howard, and you can just sense like the little Ron Howard-esque parts in this show. I tried to give this show so many opportunities to wow me, but man, I gotta say, from my own personal opinion, don't waste your time. From all the other reviews that I'm about to go through, they're going to kind of tell you to waste your time. I mean, I can't believe this show got the reviews it got. It got better than some of the top shows out there, but to each their own. Everybody likes it. This show's definitely out there. Once season 5 came out, Will Arnett got really annoying. He really did. Like, he really bugged the crap out of me in season 5. But anyways, so let's get to it. Narrator, like I said, Ron Howard. Creator was Mitch Hurwitz. Never seen or heard of anything else he's done. IMDb gave this an 8.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 74%. I give it a 5 out of 10. You know what? No. I know you're going to be like, well, how are you changing it? You can't change it. I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. And that being because I'd say tops the first 2 seasons were passable. The 3, 4, and 5 just. But I mean, if we're being brutally honest, the first season's the only one that was actually watchable, in my opinion. So this show won a Golden Globe. What? A Golden Globe? I mean, I guess it won a Golden Globe for what? Being the most far out of left field show? Just like, what? I don't know. But anyways, Ron Howard was originally supposed to be the narrator for the pilot. He was filling in. And he ended up being the narrator for the whole show. That's pretty interesting. His voice was just perfect, as they put it, I guess you could say, for the show. And I'm not going to bash Ron Howard or anything like that, because even though his voice isn't really anything like, oh man, that's a great narrator, we should have him, like the guy that does all the nature, Richard Attenborough or whatever, or Samuel L. Jackson or James Earl Jones, or something like a real voice that you just remember. Ron Howard does not have that voice. He does not have that voice. But I feel like in a way, they were not wanting a Richard Attenborough or any like one of those voices. They just wanted a regular guy that every once in a while had a funny thing to say. Will Arnett beat out Rainn Wilson for Joe. So, Rainn Wilson, in my kind of opinion, I've never seen the show fully. I've seen an episode here or there of The Office, but I feel like Rainn Wilson's character is literally what Job's character is in this show. So, with that being said, I am glad that Rainn Wilson didn't get this show, because he would have been in The Office and this, unless it would have been he would have done this instead of The Office, which I believe these came out around the same time. I think The Office came out first. But anyways, like I said, I mean, Will Arnett in the first 3 seasons, I enjoyed him. I mean, then it just got weird. It got real weird, and I just was like, man, this whole show is just falling off for me. The ending was not good. Okay. Anyways, so that's it for that. I guess do what you will with it. I personally will not recommend this to anybody. So let me just throw this out here real quick. So I've watched Lost 2 times now. I believe the first time I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched it again the second time. I watched the whole thing. After watching that show, the first like 5 seasons of that show were good, were passable. It was the ending that ruined the whole show. I'd still rewatch that show and probably just pass on watching the final episode or something like that. With this show, I don't even want to revisit it, because it was just, in my personal opinion, it was poorly done. There was too much going on here, and here, and just you got lost. At least I did. I got lost. I know, I'm sure other people probably were just catching on, following along and everything like that, but I didn't like it. That's all for that. I believe my next review will be for a show called The Night Before. Give me just one sec. Whoop. Sorry. Not the night before. I know I should have grabbed this before starting, but anyways, The Night of. So that's what I'm currently watching. This should be my next review, so stay tuned for that. You guys have a good day, and like I said, I hope I can continue to keep on cranking out reviews. Sorry.